Moving on to Hotel Chocolat, the British cocoa brand that places people at the heart of everything they do, including their exceptional sustainability programme. Let's find out what sets them apart in this field of ethical business.
I mean, interestingly, when Angus, our co-founder, set the business up, one of the core values right from day one was ethics.
Okay.
And that, this is a long time ago, so way before it was kind of popular or trendy or necessary.
He was ahead of the game.
He was ahead of the game, yeah.
Okay.
And the business has always been run with ethics at the core, which I think is great. It's amazing because we're not trying to adapt to something external that's coming at us. It's in our DNA, absolutely in our DNA. And the mission of our business is about making people happy through chocolate. That's why we get out of bed in the morning. I mean,
well, apparently releases endorphins.
It does. It's really good for you.
Yeah,
it's really good for you. But we look at it from a broader sense, not just from eating it, but everybody in the industry of chocolate. Let's make them happy. So the people that work for us, the people that grow the cocoa, the people that supply it. So cacao, I think cacao, which is the raw ingredient of chocolate, is precious.
Yeah.
And I don't know that everybody realises that because, when you're sat in a petrol station shoveling down a Kit Kat.
It's a timeless chocolate bar, to be fair. It's a classic.
We don't appreciate the preciousness of what goes into making chocolate. And when you've been to a cocoa farm and you walk around, and we've got a farm in St. Lucia where we grow our own cocoa. Not all of our cocoa comes from there, but we grow our own there, and we've also got a visitor attraction that we give people tours so they see how the cocoa's grown, what it looks like on a tree in a pod, how you open the pod, because it looks nothing like you would imagine.
Okay.
And I've done those tours with people, and you see the realization of when they realize how much goes into growing cocoa and farming cocoa, and how much cocoa you need to actually make a bar of chocolate.
I wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. So, and it just gives people a different perception that when you're in a supermarket and you're buying a bar of chocolate for 75p or a pound or whatever it might be, that actually it's quite precious. Okay. And so for us, there's a piece around we want to make everybody in that chain happy, and so we started a program because we've got our own farm. We started a program to look at how we can contribute more in the cocoa industry and how we can change the cocoa industry. So historically, in some regions of the world where cocoa is grown, it's caused deforestation.
Okay.
Because there was a belief that you needed to just plant loads of cocoa plants, get loads of sun on them, and that's the way to get the most yield from your plant, the most cocoa pods, and that's how typically farmers get paid, is however much they produce is relevant to how much they get paid. We've demonstrated through what we've done on our own farms that by what we call gentle farming, you can improve yields over time and be much kinder to the planet and not have to cut trees down. You can actually plant trees and grow cocoa in the shade, which is much better, for the planet.
Yeah.
So the trick, though, the challenge is initially your yield isn't quite as good. It takes 2 or 3 years for the yield of that crop to catch up.
Right.
So we realised this was going to be a problem because when you bring in new cocoa farmers, they just want to earn as much straight away, right? You can't say, well, honestly, trust us, in 3 years it'll be fine. So we one of our biggest regions for cocoa is Ghana.
Okay.
And so Angus, our CEO, and a team went out to Ghana to talk to the farmers. And basically what we've done is we've put a payment in place that pays them an additional amount in those first couple of years that they need to sort of trust us and plant in the shade and accept the yield may not be quite there. So we would pay them what they would have earned anyway. And then by the time it sort of catches up, it then gets into its own.
That's amazing.
And it's a much better way of farming.
Yeah. You're not putting profits as the first thing, really. Maybe, obviously, it must be a profitable organisation, but you're actually taking a negative there, aren't you? You're taking money off the P&L to support someone.
Yeah, I mean, and it was, it was the commercial person that has to earn the money. It was, it wasn't an insignificant amount.
I'm sure it isn't.
That was taken, but it's the right thing to do.
Okay.
And as an ethical business, and we want cacao to be sustainable, right? We all want to be eating chocolate forever.
Yes, please.
I do anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
So, we've got to make some shifts. Just as we have with all of the environmental issues that we're grappling with, right? We've got to change. We can't just
100%.
carry on as we are and expect that
It's just going to be all right.
Fix it.
No, definitely not.